The Cubs begin the homestand with a win, and Jed Hoyer speaks. We get to it all right now.
You are Locked On Cubs, your daily Chicago Cubs podcast, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
You are Locked On Cubs, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Alongside Sam Olber, I'm Matt Cozy. Please support the show and be a part of the Locked On Cubs community by following on all audio platforms. And you can watch, subscribe, and leave a comment on YouTube. Thanks so much for making us your first listen. Sam and I are lifelong fans, taking our passion into discussion with you on all things Cubs. 4 runs in the second inning on Tuesday night is what the Cubs needed, and they rolled from there for the most part in a 7-2 win over the Mets to begin a 9-game homestand. 3 with the Mets, 3 with the Reds, 3 with the Rays. Sam, I was there, so just in case the Cubs season does turn around tonight, as we record here after the midnight hour, and a public thank you to Sam for staying up and recording. You could thank me for the season turning around for the Northsiders. But in all seriousness, a lot of good things tonight.
Well, were you there? Because we have a show about the Cubs, and I didn't even see any tweets or anything.
I was there. I don't need to broadcast everything.
Yeah.
So actually, I did try to take a video.
Yeah.
And I did take a couple. One, the lighting was bad, so then I go down to the lower level.
How was the lighting bad? They got new lights, Crane Kenny said.
Well, no, the upper deck.
Oh.
The lighting was too dark to publish.
Yeah.
So then I go down to the lower level. The lighting's like a movie. So loud, though. So loud, you couldn't hear what I was saying.
Did anybody recognize you from the show?
No, it's 2 Cubs games now, not a soul.
Oh, that's disappointing.
This stupid show.
I'm feeling really good about things. You're welcome for staying up, and thank you for making me stay up because it prompted me to get some late night eats, which is kind of giving me some life. Today was a very nice win. It started with another solid outing from Drew Smyly, who's been an unsung hero this year. The game turned in I believe it was the top of the 6th, bases loaded, nobody out.
Yes.
Jeremiah Estrada comes in to face the polar bear, Pete Alonso. Takes care of him. Underrated play on a guy who had a terrible game offensively, Patrick Wisdom. Underrated play by Wisdom there because that ball easily could have squirted under his glove. It was like an in-between hop. He gets out of the jam. The Cubs cruise. I thought that was the big inning, but really it comes down to, good swings from Suzuki, Mervis, and what Christopher Morel is doing right now, 9 homers in 12 games, but I don't even think that sells it because I've been watching the game for so long, and I can't remember a guy that has had this type of sustained hot stretch where half the at-bats, he looks like he's never been in the big leagues before. And then the other half, he just hits absolute moonshots.
Well, yeah, that part's unique.
I'm almost positive it was the at-bat before the homer. I think he struck out on 3 pitches on like a 3/4 check swing.
Right.
And then he comes back and hits a homer. He's just kind of a unicorn.
He did walk, though, today.
Yeah, no, he walked. I think it was his first plate appearance.
Yeah.
He's just kind of a unicorn, and I'm here for it. And it was a nice win, good win. You already called me and did your whole the season's back spiel,
which you predicted, by the way.
Yeah, and my reply to that is win tomorrow.
Right,
win tomorrow.
Yes, if the Cubs win Wednesday, what do you get? Can we anticipate what you're going to say or not really?
Great series win. Let's go for the sweep Thursday. We got work to do. Got to take it game by game, figure out a way to get hot. We haven't won a series since the Miami tilt. And before that, the Padres tilt. They've won 2 series basically since Y2K.
Well, I was going to say, I think the last time they won back-to-back series was like 2008 or something.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah, I think it was the Dodgers and A's.
Yeah, right. No, and the last time we recorded this late, the Cubs were 10-6 on the year.
No, this
And
is hey, listen, but in all seriousness, they have a nice opportunity now. They won the first game against the Twins
no,
series.
that's true.
They came out and failed. They won the first game of the Phillies series. They came out and failed. You're facing Kodai Senga on Wednesday night. Good stuff, definitely plus stuff, but he'll walk you. You could do some stuff against him. You got Stroman going. And then on Thursday, you face Carrasco. Even if you could just win one of those two, then you have Cincinnati coming in. And, that's a very winnable series. Got to start not only winning some series, but stacking some games. Like a winning streak would be cool.
Yeah. And a streak is 3, as we all know, from Major League. Smiley was good again, Sam. He pitched into the 6th. I think that's a great observation on Wisdom. I thought that could have very easily been a double. Nice play on the backhand, and then he actually doesn't step on the bag. He touched the bag with his glove, which is an interesting strategy by him. He looked absolutely lost at the plate. I mean, not even close live.
Matt, do you think?
And boy, was Estrada good. He changed the game. And then also Leiter came in for Merriweather, got a big K on McNeil.
No, I like the way Ross handled the bullpen today. I'm happy with the results of Jeremiah Estrada. I need to see, for me to start kind of getting on that bandwagon, I need to see that fastball up a little bit.
Speaking of fastball, Velo, Fulmer pitched the 9th of this game, as you know. His first pitch of the inning was 97.
Yeah, he could throw hard.
Yeah.
No, I thought Ross did a nice job out of the pen today. I want to see Estrada's play up to 96, 97. Merriweather was touching 100 with relative ease.
Oh, boy.
I got a lot of flack on this show early in the year when I said Merriweather's a big league reliever. I don't know if he's a high leverage reliever, but there was just, the calls to send him down after a couple bad outings when the Cubs were going to lose regardless were kind of asinine, I thought.
Yeah, I think I might have been one of them.
Yeah, no, he deserves a chance with his fastball.
Nice to see him in there.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
We know the Cubs value defense. They're one of the 4 or 5 best defensive teams by most metrics in baseball.
Oh, no.
What?
Should they keep Mike Tauchman around? Is that what you're going to say?
No, that's not what I'm going to say.
He had a nice double tonight.
No, first of all, his at-bats were totally fine today. I don't know why he deserves.
His at-bats have been fine since he was at Friend in 09.
Yeah,
go ahead.
And even that error by Tommy Pham was a nice piece of hitting.
Right. Go ahead.
No, it's nothing to do with Tauchman.
Okay.
I know the Cubs value defense,
right?
And you have a guy like, come on, dude, don't make me laugh. It's late. So let me ask the question, for God's sake.
I apologize for that.
Sarah, I'm coming. It's late. It's a dumb joke. Stroman's on the mound tomorrow, sinker baller.
I know Stroman.
Yeah, gets a lot of ground balls. So I get. With Wisdom struggling, Madrigal is going to get a lot of reps at third. Would you like to see Morel? Just kind of see if they could turn him into a third baseman and get some reps defensively at third with the way he's hitting? Or do you think it's too big of a risk defensively?
No, I mean, I don't think it poses a major risk or anything like that. I would certainly try it. Maybe even one time a series, I would try it. I don't see why he can't play third at all. Even like in this game, to manipulate the lineup just for the top of the 9th, you're not going to hit again +5. He could have played third and up +5. I don't know. There's different ways to do it.
I'm just saying the question is it worth?
I would like to see him over there.
Yeah, and because if he turns into an average one, then your third base problem's solved with the way he's hitting.
Yeah, no, I would like to see that.
So we'll see. My guess is Madrigal will be over there tomorrow.
Madrigal. Yeah, against
it won't be Wisdom after today.
No, Wisdom might be in the gym shoes.
Yeah, so.
But no, I would like to see that, and I was glad I was a witness to Matt Mervis's best game as a big leaguer.
Beautiful game.
The home run, Oppo, left center. He also singled, walked, and then he scorched the ball to center for an out.
He seems to have adjusted to the predetermined swing stuff. He's recognizing pitches better. He's hitting the ball hard. I'm not a huge fan of his swing. I think you could probably speak better to that.
The swing is odd.
It's a weird swing.
I noticed that in the Arizona Fall League.
but he's hitting the ball hard and he's hit it consistently. So hopefully the results will come. That was an impressive homer too. Like that, and that's where he's going to live, left center
Yeah.
field.
I hope so.
Against there. And I liked him in the 9 hole. I like that. I like that move. I thought
very interesting.
Yeah, I thought Ross really did a nice job today. And I'm not just saying that because they won the game. I mean,
Right.
that's like, I thought he got out Smiley. There was no way he could have faced Alonso again. That was going to be, that ball that Alonso hit almost broke the board.
Yeah, no, that was a heck of a drive.
What did that feel like in the park?
Yeah, no, the park kind of shook a little bit when he hit that. Yeah,
and just I had some people ask me, were you disappointed that you were in attendance for a Suzuki homer?
No, I was glad.
Okay.
Yeah, and the way that the light was at that point in the game was actually hard to pick up off the bat. I saw the pitch in the air, then I saw the ball in the center field bleachers.
Man, to happen, Suzuki take a lot of pitches, and I'm not meaning that as a compliment. I'm not meaning it as an insult.
They really do.
It's just sometimes. I mean, how many conversations do you think in the last week Ian Happ's had with umpires after called third strikes?
Yeah, it was a couple times tonight. He had 2 walks, 2 strikeouts,
and one of them was a bad call.
Okay.
But
you said that.
I do come a little bit from the school of protect the plate when it's close type of thing.
Of course.
But anyways, it was a very good win today, and it would become a great win if they can have another one tomorrow. Maybe even a save opportunity and a win.
That'd be great.
Couldn't that be? That'd be the first save since Kennedy.
Do you think the Cubs will be favored in that contest?
I already looked at it. They're very slight favorites.
Okay, well, that's very good. So
minus 115.
All right, so we're going to keep an eye on that. Of course, we'll recap that ball game for Thursday's episode.
Excuse me.
On Tuesday's show, we spoke about Jed Hoyer, Sam, and he apparently listened to our program and got out there and spoke to the media prior to Tuesday's game. We break down some of what he said coming up next. Today's episode is brought to you by Rocket Money. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that finds and cancels your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps lower your bills all in one place. Perhaps you're one of those people that has a subscription they don't longer use. Well, Rocket Money will quickly and easily find those subscriptions for you and cancel them as well. It's that easy. They also help you manage all your finances in one place to automatically categorize what you have going on for you. So stop throwing your money away, cancel unwanted subscriptions, and manage your expenses the easy way by going to rocketmoney.com/LockedOnMLB. That's rocketmoney.com/LockedOnMLB for Rocket Money today. The Cubs play the Mets at 6:40 p.m. Central Wednesday, and you can listen to every pitch with the Cubs hometown broadcast on SiriusXM. On the SXM app, search Cubs or tune into channel 844 and catch the Cubs all season long on SiriusXM. Cubs president of baseball operations, Jed Hoyer, did speak before Tuesday's game. Touched on, I would say, 4 or 5 main topics here, Sam, including a place we're going to start, and that's in the relief corps. He owned up to some bullpen mistakes, perhaps.
Yeah, he said exactly what we've said on the show, that in the past they've had success with these low-cost veteran, he didn't use this word, but journeyman kind of type relievers. And then he mentioned them, Chafin, Tepera, Robertson, Givens. And I think he thought it was going to be more the same with Fulmer and Boxberger. And, the one question I had from that, and I thought it was pretty well spoken, and I agreed with them, is, it felt like it was kind of a must for them to get low-cost relievers. And my question to that would be, is that because of budget, or is that because they just are one of those organizations that some would say rightfully so don't believe in investing big money in bullpen pitchers because they're so volatile, and you spend big money and they could be have an 8 ERA, so keep the cost low and just invest smartly. My guess is the latter.
It's a good follow-up, though.
Yeah, I would love for someone to ask that question. Because there are some teams like the Angels, for example, that made two major investments, Matt Moore and then a bigger one in Carlos Estevez. And, those two guys have been saviors for them. But that's hindsight. I think I agree with the process of it's safer to make small investments in the offseason, and then during the deadline, when you see what relievers are throwing well, you make those big trades for them.
Sure.
But yeah, I thought that was really well said. I thought today was just a good day for the Cubs organization. I thought Ross had an interview where he kind of
used some foul language, right?
Yeah. He just sounded like they all just took kind of accountability for playing poorly, but all sounded confident, like they could turn it around. And they came at and beat the Mets. Let me say one quick thing. Whenever the Cubs beat the Mets, I always think about Ron Santo.
Wow.
He just despised the Mets.
Yeah, that's a good comment, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was catching up on the Hoyer comments on the train back from Irving Park.
I don't think you took the train. I think you rode your bike back.
Which for some reason,
late.
skips an hour train. It goes from 8:48 to 10:48, and gosh only knows why. But that's perhaps a different show. So I just noticed that in all these topics, especially bullpen and high leverage situations, Sam.
Yeah.
Jed Hoyer says we need to do better, but then he adds I think we will. I think we will. That was a main theme that he kept going to.
Yeah.
The high leverage has been terrifying at times. Yeah, of course you hope it gets better because it's been the worst in baseball by far.
Well, it can't get worse.
Both pitching and hitting, dude. And he talked about Tyone today as well. He says that he hopes he gets back to a place quickly. I don't know if he's going to be using iPass to get there quickly, but it looks pretty slow right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I found the Morel question and answer to be fascinating too. Because 9 homers in 12 games, it's easy to say, well, where was he? Where was he? And Jed's claim was, how do you know he would be succeeding at this pace if not for the success he had with the iCubs, which I actually think is very plausible. I think that's a relatively fair response. And I love your Morel at third idea from earlier. So a lot of good things from Jed. Glad he spoke and, would like to hear from him even a little more.
I thought the bullpen thing too, how you just said that he said, we're going to get better. I thought the bullpen thing though, I don't think he really insinuated they were going to get better internally. I think he kind of it sounded like he was referring to some arms at AAA that were going to get here fast. And that might be a nice segue into the last thing we discussed because he really, I think he mentioned a couple of times where
he said, I think we
got
have a
some
lot
arms.
of power arms in the minors and in the organization, and we're going to get there.
Yeah. I think that's that.
And
it wasn't like he came out and said, Michael Fulmer is going to get back to being himself. He didn't say that.
Right. And Brad Boxberger, there was an update on him today as well, but
you can miss me with that.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he's going to come back or not. So
no, he'll be back.
One of those power arms is Daniel Palencia. We can tell you about him.
I need some rest.
Looking for fit, comfort, and versatility in your shorts and pants. How about Bird Dogs? We look and feel great wearing Bird Dogs. They sent us over product a week or so ago. Stretchy fabric that makes legs look great, comfier than any other shorts and pants that you have ever worn, whether that's out on a date, whether that's at a Cubs game, whether it's out on the golf course, perhaps a meeting or a work trip. You got to try Bird Dogs for that. birddogs.com/LockedOnMLB is your one-stop shop to do so. And when you enter promo code LockedOnMLB, they're going to throw in a free custom Bird Dogs Yeti-style tumbler with your order. They did that for my order as well. Just opened the box the other day. Excited to use the Yeti tumbler as well. birddogs.com/LockedOnMLB. Try Bird Dogs today.
Yeah, and just let me tell you, Bird Dogs, if you could make my legs look good in any clothing, you can make anybody's legs look good in clothing.
Ouch.
Because it's a weak part for me. And by the way, folks, I know my eyes look tired. That's all it is. So no need in the comments. I trust me. It's just fatigue.
Okay, thank you for addressing that.
Yeah, everyone always
And,
thinks so. Yeah.
And happy Wednesday to everybody, except still that one dude that said I had a fake laugh. So, all right. All right, Daniel Palencia, top prospect in the Cubs org, top 30 prospect. He was acquired from the Oakland Athletics in July of 2021 for Andrew Chafin. And Palencia has certainly had a nice rise in the Cubs org. Started this campaign at Double-A as a starter. He's been a starter his entire minor league career. Gets the fastball up to triple digits, has a plus slider. We've heard many times from Lindsey Crosby of Locked On MLB Prospects. And Daniel Palencia was taken off the Double-A roster about a month ago and sent to Mesa. And he was done. So we know now for the purpose of converting to a full-time relief pitcher. And he's going to make his relief debut at AAA Iowa. So he got promoted on Tuesday. And hey, one step until the show. I wonder if we see him this summer.
Yeah, his results so far, starting games have not been good.
Yeah.
5.87 ERA in 15 innings of work. But he has that flash. He has that tool to be an elite reliever with that super high velocity, and that slider that we've talked about. And I'm just looking at his stats as we speak. He struggled as a starter, but in 15 innings, even though the ERA is high at 5.87, hitters are only hitting 196 against him.
Wow.
And 18 strikeouts in those 15 innings. So you'd think in a 1 inning max effort role for him, that might be really smart. I mean, he's young.
Yeah.
You don't want to, you always want to see if these guys could be starters, but right now there's an organizational need, and that's probably where he was going to end up anyway. And it'll be exciting. Hopefully he can get it coming quick, and you'll blink. It'll be mid-June, and he'll be in the 8th inning of a big ball game.
Oh, that'd be great. Shout out to the everydayers who are with us all 5 episodes throughout the week. And you can become an everydayer by checking us out each and every weekday. Be sure to hit that subscribe button for Locked On Cubs on YouTube and smash the like button for the algorithm, Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast on the audio side. He's Sam Olber. I'm Matt Cozy. Let's see if the Cubs can keep it going. This is Locked On Cubs.